Hi there. I wanted to shoot a quick video today to explain something that has been about 2 years in the making. And I am actually pretty happy about it because I feel like it's a much more fair way of charging our fees. Up to this point, the fees have been somewhat subjective, where we pretty much assume that you're going to use a certain number of hours of our services, and then on the investment side of things, we have different fees for different products. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to standardize it and make it so that it's very easy for client one to compare their fee to client two, because there's a formula in place that everyone is assigned to. So we're really excited about this. As I mentioned, this is 2 years in the making. We've been, doing some internal research together as a team, and been keeping hours on how many hours we spend with clients. The average number of hours that we spend throughout the year on a client's case, whether it is in person, over the phone, emails, the preparation work, the after the meeting work and implementation that we need to do, is about 10 hours. And so that's kind of what we used in terms of the default for client service. So let me show you what our fee structure is going to look like moving forward in January. So what this is showing is two things. We have in the bottom right the investment advisory fees. And for many people, their fees are actually going to go down on the investment advisory front. And the reason for that is that we're putting in place a tiering. So that's pretty standard among other financial advisors out there, where there's this tiering where the more you invest, the lower the fee that you'll actually have. And there's a couple reasons for that. One, of course, just to be transparent, it's to incentivize you to invest more money. And, while that's transparent, and I say it a little tongue in cheek, at the end of the day, we've found that the clients that invest with us typically are the clients that do a little bit better. They're a little less nervous about the ups and downs of the market because they've pretty much handed over the reins to us, and they have a lot less stress on average than the people that are doing it on their own. We're not changing anything. We're not making it so that if you're a do-it-yourselfer and you want to manage your own money, but just know that the more money that you invest with us, the lower the fee is going to be. So that's step one, or that's fee 1A. Fee 1B is the financial planning fee that we charge in January of every year. And you'll see that we're doing now a tiering structure based on the level of service that you're actually going to get. And very similar to credit cards and other, loyalty programs, there is a silver, gold, platinum, diamond. For most of our clients, they're probably going to be in that gold category. And so the gold category, as you see, again, we're kind of putting some lines in the sand here. And the key part of this is the number of hours that we anticipate working with you throughout the year. And so with the gold, your primary advisor would be a combination of Brandon and myself. We would meet every 4 months, so 3 times a year. And the total annual service hours that we would spend are about 10. And that could be all sorts of different things, but I have listed here a few of the things that we typically would do for clients who are in the gold category. Now, if you're a little bit more of a do-it-yourselfer and you don't need to see us as often, then you might want to ratchet that down to silver. And with silver, your primary advisor is going to be Brandon. And as you've probably seen from our videos, Brandon is now a certified financial planner, so I have zero concerns about you working with him. He's got a very deep knowledge base of all things financial planning. You'd meet 2 times a year, and you'd have about 5 hours worth of services. So this would be, as I said, a client who's looking for a couple check-ins a year, wants the financial plan, wants help with updating their Waymark client portal, and just getting that general financial education. On the flip side, there is a higher service tier than the gold, which is our platinum. And our platinum's for a client that wants a little bit more handholding. So they'll be meeting primarily with me. There'll be 4 meetings a year, so once every 3 months. And the number of service hours that for that year would be 15. And this is where we get into a little bit more proactivity. So this would be where you're using Waymark to interact with your accountant, with your tax, or with your estate planning attorney. If you had, a big purchase or a big trip or something, major life decisions that you wanted some assistance with. And then, if it gets into, some of the more complex legal strategies like charitable giving or special needs planning, that's the type of client that would be a platinum client. And then finally, we have our diamond client, and that is a little bit more of a concierge type situation. So with the diamond, you'd, again, be with me. We'd probably be meeting very frequently on a monthly basis, and that would entail more than 15 hours. That was with the platinum. And again, these are examples of things, but not necessarily exactly what you would get with the diamond. So this would be if there was legacy planning. You're planning your legacy. You have a big chunk of money you anticipate having and giving that to future generations, charities, etc. Long-term care guidance during a crisis. So if there was a long-term illness, doing all of the scrambling to make sure that there's enough money there to pay the nursing home or the assisted living. Support through divorce. Divorce is very time intensive, so that would be a diamond client. And if I have a number of clients that pay us to help their kids, or on the flip side, their elderly parents who are slipping. So that would be where a diamond would be. So next steps with this is, as you know, if you've been a client for a few years, in January, we typically charge our financial planning fee. So what you'll receive in January or February is a letter from us that pretty much reiterates this and has this Waymark client tier 1-pager. And we'll say, this is what our recommendation is. Our recommendation is gold. Our recommendation is platinum. Our recommendation is silver. And then you have the choice to choose what service level you'll want moving forward. On the investment advisory part of things, that will be some paperwork that will be required, but at the end of the day, that is an automatic thing. And as I said, for most people, this whole thing is actually going to save them money in the net scheme of things, because again, the investment advisory fees are going down. And for a lot of clients, the financial planning service tier is staying the same. But even if it goes up a little bit, a lot of times that investment advisory fee is actually going to offset any kind of increase. Now, there could be some clients that are grandfathered into a much lower fee structure. So those are the people that would be impacted financially in this situation. I apologize for that. But again, at the end of the day, what we're trying to do is standardize the fees across the entire base of clients that we have so that it's fair for everyone. So I've already rolled this out or already introduced this to probably about half our clients. So if I haven't gotten to you just yet, I'm happy to speak with you about it, sometime in January. And I hope you see this as the win-win that I see it as. Honestly, we're actually, Waymark is actually taking a little bit of a revenue hit in implementing this. But again, I think that it is a much more fair way of charging fees. So as I said, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to the office, but hopefully this makes sense. And if you do have any additional questions, just let us know. I hope you have, by the time you get this, it'll probably be after the holidays, but I hope you had a great holiday. And we'll chat in the new year. Take care.